So this is a bit of a different video, but just want to talk about what's been going on. We're outside right now, things look nice, and I just got a lot on my mind, so figured this would be a good way to let my thoughts out. But essentially, things are really tough right now. Business is not doing good, economy is going to shit, and yeah, it's just really hard. It's the first time I think in the last 3 years I've been running this brand where I feel really stumped. Like, things were always hard. It was never easy, but I don't want to say it's very doomer and feels helpless, but yeah, things are very challenging right now. At least we got a good view though. You got the marina over here, but yeah, I think one of the hardest things this year is just predicting what's going to happen next. Because typically when you run a business, you need a little bit of direction. You need some clarity of like where the economy is heading, you know, like especially when you're selling things to people like e-commerce or any kind of merchant. It's really hard to pinpoint or like navigate when things get bad, because if you invest a lot of your money back into inventory, then you're kind of screwed, because when people stop buying things, your money's now stuck in inventory form. So I don't want to blame it 100% on that, because in a way I did invest a lot in inventory because the tariffs keeps changing. So it's just like, do I need to invest more while I can, or do I wait until next week the tariffs fucking 500%? You know, like we don't know here. It's like a roulette table. But the biggest challenge is just trying to get people on board right now, since buyer sentiment is very low, meaning that sorry, I got distracted. There's like a fake bird flying over here. But yeah, buyer sentiment is low because people are trying to save their money, which I 100% understand. Like, I feel the same way. But at the same time, when your business counts on people buying things, it sucks, because what the fuck can you do? So I've been kind of I don't want to say I've been soul searching. I've been very confused. This is the first time in 3 years I've been running the business where I'm just not sure what to do next. I hit a point where I'm actually looking for some jobs, because it's just different now. Times have changed, and if you don't adapt or change things up, it's like, well, I'm just gonna keep fighting this fight without making any money, you know? So yeah, it's tough. I actually redid my resume. I did a cover letter. Like, I did all these things that I haven't touched in years, but that's just the reality. So that's kind of why I haven't been posting a lot, because it's been a lot of introspecting. Is that a word? I've just been trying to figure out what to do next, basically. And sometimes coming out here, just looking at the water, super helpful, because there's no distractions. Obviously, I'm like filming right now, but usually I just listen to water, the birds, the wind, you know, just let nature do its thing, touch grass, as the kids say. But yeah, I mean, this is so nice to just come out to. So just trying to remind myself that, you know, if you need nature, it's right there. Just take a little walk, drive outside. You know, that's why LA is such a cool place, because you can find places like this where you're in the city, but then 30, 40 minutes out, you're suddenly at the water, and it feels really nice. But that's besides the point. So for anyone out there who's struggling right now, like, don't worry, like, you're definitely not alone. I talked to a lot of other people who work for bigger companies and as well, and they're also struggling to sell. People aren't buying as much, like, you know, they're not placing bigger POs. Because apparel and shit is cool when you have money, but when, you know, the times get rough and you want to decide between a new shirt or food, I think food kind of comes on top, you know? That makes sense. It's definitely not something that people aren't aware of, but it's just a reality for a lot of people, especially clothing brand owners or like any kind of direct-to-consumer model where you sell things that people are not necessarily dependent on. You know, clothing is a luxury. Having multiple shirts, having multiple hoodies, like, these are luxurious things. They're not like necessities. So I'm trying to pivot to see, maybe is there a product I can create or a service I can provide that is recession proof, or at least more essential than clothing. So I do have my design pack. So if y'all want to learn how to design, or you don't know how to design, you can always check it out there, because I made the pack so people who are starting their own brands can start their own, you know, journey by using some of the assets that I create. Because that's how I learned. Like, I learned everything on YouTube, I learned everything online, forums, tutorials, and it was always helpful for someone to kind of teach me how to do things. So if y'all want to learn stuff from me, let me know in the comments, because I do one-on-ones, and I've been saying this for a while, but if you go through my YouTube and you apply for a session, it's gonna be like 50 bucks off. So I think it's like $75 an hour, something like that. Obviously, like, I'm willing to negotiate and make it happen if y'all need something that's more affordable. Yeah, because obviously, like, you know, we're all trying to help each other out right now. I think that's the kind of climate that we're in, especially with a lot of things going to shit. I think it's important that we stick together, you know, the people who care about each other, and I think it will benefit everybody. So anyway, that's one thing. But yeah, running a clothing brand is fucking hard. I thought when I first started this, like, I'll be happy that I get to do all this every day, and I am. Like, I'm obviously in a really amazing position to be able to do this, but there are some negative parts that happen. Like, when shit goes south like this, it's like it's really rough. But yeah, so anyway, that's enough moping. But I wanted you all to know that I'm still here. I still want to teach you all how to make your own stuff. Obviously, like, if there's things you want to learn, let me know in the comments. Yeah, YouTube, you know, I have like 3 vlogs that I got to finish, all the Japan trip stuff. It's just been so hard to focus on it because all this other shit is like impacting me mentally. So I'm just trying to stay locked in. So if y'all have stuff you want to learn, let me know in the comments so I make some videos. Yeah, embroidery machine is still ripping. I pressed some hats today, hit the good old Hotronix, did about 20 reflective hats. Those are super easy because it takes like 10 seconds on the first press, then like another 10 seconds on the second press. So super simple. And yeah, I'll be at this Run Club event next week. If y'all are in the LA area, I'll be out there, so come check it out. I'll have the hats out there. And yeah, it'll be a good old time, just people hanging out and doing things that they love. So yeah, anyway, I hope y'all have a good one. Thanks for joining me on this one. Hopefully I'll have better news on the next video, but yeah, catch you on the next one.